I miss you, Shalise. I miss you so much. I I keep thinking of things that I could use to describe just how much I miss you, and nothing comes close. I often think of that expression that people use about how the desert misses the rain, and I don't think the desert misses the rain that much. But I sure do miss you, like my whole heart is missing. I miss you so much. Nothing on this earth would ever complete me again. Not even if I had another baby. Not even if I met a man and fell in love. Not anything will take away this aching in my heart like you can. I remember watching one of your videos um, where you're playing around and you were saying bye to the boys. Bye, bye. And I heard your happy laugh in that video, and it was so beautiful to hear that happiness and your smile and your laugh. I wish I wish you hadn't been hidden from that video as much. But gosh, little girl, you were just so happy, even though you'd been raped so badly. You just loved me so much, and you knew that I loved you so much. You knew, and you felt it, and you were just a carefree little girl, happy, playful, inquisitive, learning to talk. Oh, sweet little angel of mine. I've had a vision of meeting you when you're older. I don't know if it's true or not, but it feels true. You're about age 18 or somewhere around there. And I was in the vision, I was crying so hard. Now remember that Mum believes in telepathy. Telepathy is being able to connect with other people's emotions and feelings and thoughts. And it felt telepathic, this vision that I had. I was crying so hard, my mouth was open like this. And you were kissing my open mouth, kissing away the pain and the hurt. And baby girl, I'm still in love with you. I'm so in love with you, and I mean that in the very most moral sense possible. I'm so in love with you. You're the reason why all the hurt from my past just completely disappeared, and you made me feel so happy, so loved for the first time in my life, because someone was seeing me for who I really was, not for how people had painted me up. People in my family had painted me up to be a criminal who'd and a child abuser, and all because I had to attempt a rescue attempt by self-incrimination. And I'll explain that to you. It happened when no one was believing me about the abuse my brother was doing to me, and it was really, really bad abuse. And he tells the story as though I deliberately hurt my niece, which I did, but I didn't do it because I wanted to hurt her. I did it because I had to paint myself out to be an abuser so that I could get taken out of that situation, or so that my niece could get taken out of that situation, because they wouldn't believe me that my brother was hurting me so badly. And so, baby girl, you kissed away all that pain. I've apologized to my niece profusely so many times. She accepts it, but she's still lying to protect her father. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Her father and my brother, the one who abused me. So, yeah, things are pretty... Things that being born into a set of detrimental circumstances like that, where you got made out to be the baddie even though you were the most beautiful person in the family, so to speak. We're all beautiful. Even the abusers are beautiful, but they have forgotten their moral code, so to speak. Whereas I never forgot mine. Always wanted to be a good girl. Even through all the bad, I always wanted to be a good girl. And I still do. I still do. Oh, sweet little angel of mine, if you only knew. And you used to know. I don't know if you can still remember. I had another vision of you asking one of your teachers to remember that you used to live at the Nautilus. That you used to live at the Nautilus. You said to him, and this is the vision that I got, you said to him, can you please remember that I used to live at the Nautilus in case I forget, or so I don't forget, or for so in case I don't remember, words to that effect. I saw that, baby girl. And all these years that I've been battling the external forces of evil around me, and I use the word evil because there's nothing that quite suits the negative behaviour of people like the word evil. To rape a child is evil. To deliberately tell lies about someone is evil, particularly if they end up under the Mental Health Act, like what happened to Mum. That's how I came under the Mental Health Act, baby girl. If you're watching this, it's because when I was looking for some of the other girls that were missing out of Mum's life, who came into my life because they were hiding from abusive people that they were living with, I'm guessing. When I was looking for them in the community after we got attacked really badly in our home quite a few times, and some of them got taken, when I was looking for them, I found one of them at one of my neighbours' properties in Silverdale, and they were hiding her in the back room. And when I asked about her, the lady denied it, meaning she said she didn't know where she was. And I saw her there. She actually came out and spoke to me. So she denied that, and then and then I asked the little boy, because, baby girl, in our family, as you know, there's a lot of children have babies at very young ages, and I mean very young ages. You were only 3 when you were pregnant, and the lady who stole you knows that. But because I've lost my train of thought now. because it's such a complex, it's not that complex when you get your head around it, but Mum still has a few short-term memory losses sometimes. Sometimes I forget my train of thought, but I've seen other people that this happens to. But I've forgotten where I was up to now. Oh yeah. So when I was looking for this little girl of mine, who I call Mum's girl even though she might not be biologically related to me, the lady assaulted me. She assaulted me and then rang the police and said that I had tried to snatch her child. And this is what people do, baby girl, and this is why I'm so worried about what's happening to you in this year of 2015. I should have been worried about it all 8 years prior, which I was, and I know that if I hadn't been confused, I would have been worried about it. But yeah, I got assaulted, and then she lied to the police and said that I had tried to snatch her child, which I still think was my other little girl's child, to a child pregnancy. That's the very real possibility. So I got put under the Mental Health Act because she lied about me. And the thing is, the lady who stole you is probably going to make up a whole lot of lies too. I hope she tells the truth. There is just no way that you could have been put into another girl's clothes without protesting. There's just no way that would have happened. And how she came to undress you, she would have taken you into the toilets to do that. She wouldn't have done it in front of people. How she came to undress you is beyond me. Unless your waters broke. But then why would she put your clothes on the other little girl that she had in her care? Just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Any way you look at it, she would had to have done it on purpose. And I think she stole you because she overheard me talking to another parent about how I was going to write an affidavit to the courts about you being pregnant. We had rung the police after Dave raped you, and that was all thanks to you, baby girl, that we rang the police. And pardon me. And so she would have overheard that, and I wonder if she stole you just because she couldn't believe that a 3-year-old was pregnant, or if she stole you because she wanted your baby. Now, what I've managed to figure out so far is that she's looking after your baby and calling it her grandchild, calling him or her grandchild, and I'm pretty sure she's a she. Just like us, baby girl. You and me. You and me. I miss you so much. I feel such deep regret about leaving you with that parent. The deepest regret. And you know what else? I think I stayed away too long. I thought I'd only been gone about 10-15 minutes because I just went to pay a power bill I must have gone to do something else after that. I thought you were safe, baby. We'd been to the playgroup a few times. We'd had fun there. I was going to send you to school. I was giving you a chance to interact with other children so you could learn. We'd been there at least 5 or 6 times. I'd talked to different parents there. We'd had a play. I thought you were safe when I asked that mum. I can't even remember her name, but I asked her if she could look after you, and I think she must have had to go. You know, I thought I'd been only gone 10 to 15 minutes, but I start to wonder if I'd been gone maybe 30 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes. That would make me a very bad mum if I was gone 30 to 45 minutes. But I don't give a fuck what the world say about me, because I tried my best, baby girl. I tried my absolute best. I gave up so much for you, just to be with you, just to care for your every need, your every want. You were such a good girl. You didn't ask for all the toys. You were just happy to be in love with me and me with you. It was you and me, baby girl. Yes, Mum thinks I had triplets in hospital, and that I think that the midwife, Jill Harnett, and the father, Penny Iosefa, covered that fact up. And what didn't help was my confusion. See, I got confused when the lady, that lady who snatched you, tried to return you. Now that's to her credit, and I am deeply grateful to her for that day trying to return you. But I was confused, baby. I thought you, the little girl that I had, was you, after I had threatened to kill her if she didn't return my daughter. And that's why she returned you, baby girl. Because I threatened to kill her if she didn't bring you back. And I know who she is. I'm pretty sure her name's Sharon. I'm pretty sure she's married to a guy named Gary. But I was confused, baby girl. I had a panic attack. I just, when she tried to return not just one child but 2, that's what confused me, because in my memory loss that Mum used to suffer from, I had forgotten that you were pregnant. And I remember at the playgroup you yelled out, "I'm pregnant!" You were so upset. And I actually think that's the time your waters broke. I'm not 100% certain, but I'll explain to you what the breaking of waters is when you're pregnant. It's when baby's ready to come out. All your water comes out, and then generally you should go into labour. And that's why when the lady returned you and your daughter, I'm pretty sure she's a girl, when she returned you and your little girl, I just had a meltdown, a panic attack. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was overcome with so much fear about, fuck, am I going to be blamed here for not being a good mum and my daughter being raped, when the reality is these pedophiles are cunning. The guy who raped you, who I know exactly who he is, and I know who his children are, the guy who raped you was a contracted painter at the Nautilus. And what happened was, while you were sleeping in the mornings, I used to go into the gym, which was 2 doors away, and I used to put the baby monitor on. Now, once again, that could be seen as not being a very good mum to you. But it was working. I checked it. I got Arden to help me check it to make sure it was working. What I didn't realise is that, well, I knew Dave had the master set of the keys at the Nautilus, but I never thought he'd use it to unlock my door come inside, switch off the baby monitor, take you into the shower. Yes, I came back and your hair was wet after I caught him with you in my apartment. I never thought he'd do that. See, Mum stupidly trusted people. Even the male staff member at Three Blue Heron Rides in Whangapara, you were raped then in the bottom as well, baby girl. So you've got rape scars like me. I was raped too when I was little. So you've got rape scars like me. But I never thought Dave would be so demon-minded as to use the keys to get into my house, into our apartment, and rape you while I was in the gym. He was either in the gym or he used to, it happened either in the gym or it happened at night time when you used to sleep in bed with me. Dave would stay late, come and unlock my door, come and take you while I was sleeping. It's because he had entry into the Nautilus and also into apartments. So he'd come and take you, this is what I believe, because I caught him one night. He'd come and take you, rape you, and then put you back in bed with me. He was a cunning motherfucker, child fucker. He deserves death, baby girl. And you know what, Dave? This is what I understand about pedophiles, baby girl. Dave would have been someone who was very innocent once upon a time, like you, like Mum. But he would have been raped very, very badly and very badly abused. And when that happens, baby girl, sometimes it makes us change. And we become people that we're not born to be. We become people, we become a product of that abuse, sweetheart. And in becoming a product of that abuse, we become someone that is out of character, someone that is not who we are. We become different people, and that's how criminals are made, baby girl. They are a product of their environment. People try to say that, you know, nature versus nurture, that people are born this way. It's not true. It's not true. Some people may have more of a propensity or a proclivity to be abusive, and that could be seen as genetic, but I just don't believe it, sweetheart. And I'll tell you, I'll give you an example of why I don't believe it. There's a video on Facebook, and by the way, Facebook has brought a lot of healing to Mum's life after you've gone, and so has Mum's website. If you're looking at this video on YouTube, then the website is globalmaori.info, but if you're looking at this video on Mum's website, then you obviously know my website. But there's a video of 4 or 5 Rottweilers. This little 4-year-old child is controlling the Rottweilers, telling them to sit, telling them when to eat, and they all behave very, very well to her and listen to her. Now, baby girl, my point is that, gosh, you're always going to be baby girl to me, because I lost you when you were so young. My point is that Rottweilers, not Rottweilers, pit bulls. Pit bulls have a reputation for being very aggressive dogs. Now, I'm not saying that it's not in their nature to be potentially aggressive. I'm saying that, yes, we are born with different capacities, different capabilities, different potentials to be different things. But I believe that with the right care, with the right love, and the right raising of children, such as how I raised you, that would just cancel out any negative any negative effects, and no matter what your naturistic proclivities are. Sorry, Mum just used a big word there. I'm trying not to use big words. Baby girl, Mum's a pretty intelligent sort of person, and so are you. And it's because we take a look at the world around us and we see it for what it is rather than for what people want us to see it as. By the way, sweetheart, I'm just having one meal a day now because a part of me wants to reconnect with you so badly that I think if I'm eating to satisfy myself, then that becomes my main focus, whereas if I'm eating just to sustain myself, then that opens my mind up to other ways that I can telepathically connect with you. And yes, for a time there, my biggest fear, my most heart-wrenching, heart-rending, heart-gripping fear was that you were murdered. And they had motive. Boy, did they have motive. Gosh, you were just a little girl trying to defend yourself. And if I'm not mistaken, you were raped and hit after you were stolen from me as well, just like you were raped and hit by your brother Arden. I remember that. Do you remember that he hit you with that stick that time at Riverside Road when we used to live there? You were just a toddler. You poured your little heart out in tears to me when I got back home after he did that. And you were afraid to tell me what he did. Sorry for Mum smoking, baby girl. It's just so fucking hard. So the little girl that you got replaced with, she got snatched as well, from what I have managed to piece together from my memories. She also got snatched, and she's been living just up the road in Whangaparaoa. That's where Mum's living now, by the way. I live at 9B Penton Road in Whangaparaoa, and if I move, I will let you know. It's pretty hard when you're on a benefit and you know that you've paid well over $42,000 in tax every year from the money that was left to you by your father, and you know that you're paying a lot of money in tax, and yet you can't touch that money because you haven't got the legal documentation because someone changed your IRD number. And that's the truth, baby. Whether anyone chooses to believe it or not, that's the truth. So many bad things happen, eh? So many bad things happen to really, really good people. I feel so sorry for the children that are born into abusive environments like you were, baby girl. You know what happened to me when I gave birth to you and I grew to love you and fell deeply in love with you in the most moral sense possible? I went through a process of purification. You purified my soul with your most innocent reactions to things. It just made me, it just put me in touch with everything that was innocent about your mum, me, your mum. We have very loving countenance. We have a very loving countenance about us, baby girl. We're very gentle and loving people, but man, you steal my child, you rape my child, you hit my child, you abuse my child, and we become warriors. And this warrior that is your mum today, she's writing an affidavit, and when that affidavit's finished, I'm going to start promoting Māori government in public, so that hoping for an opportunity to see you and hoping to change the criminal society that we live in at the same time. I know people want an honest government. They don't want a dishonest government that kills off dark people. I miss you so much. The little girl that you got replaced with, she got stolen too. We were up at the plaza one day when that happened. This is what I mean by the criminal society that we live in. And then she got replaced with another little girl, and that's the little girl that Child, Youth and Family are have in their care at the moment. And she got taken from me after we had all these pedophile attacks, and it is my understanding that some of these pedophiles made false and malicious complaints about Mum. And they destroyed our lives. And I went through so much heartbreak after that happened, to the point where I couldn't even, I was working, but I was just getting by through life, going through the motions. I still am to a certain extent, but I'm feeling a bit better these days. Well, I guess I'll go for now, but I'm never going, because you're always with me, right in here. Right here, baby girl. Right here. You're here. You're here. You're everywhere around me. You're such a beautiful girl. Got your mum's good looks. Mum doesn't look as good as I used to, but hopefully I'll lose a bit of weight and then I'll look good again. I love you, sweet princess, sweet, precious, beautiful girl of mine. I love you so much. I love you so much. Well, I'll keep you posted about my life, how it's going, and I'll upload another video soon. This is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to make to you as I cover the milestones. I've planned my way of how I'm going to get in touch with you again, and the best way I can do that is through publicising this information and creating awareness, so that hopefully you'll see this website, you'll see this video, you'll hear about it, and you'll come looking for me when you're able to. I love you so much, baby girl. Let my love be around you. Let my love wrap around you every day of your life. I'm really worried about the people who may be abusing you still. But let my love just be everything for you that it is for me. You and me, baby girl. You and me. I love you.